16-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 82 yards.
This defense is ranked near the bottom of the league against the pass. You get the sense that he feels like if he gets covered on any call, he's going to be upset. He thinks he should be open on every snap in this game.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Shifts by him. Strong run, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a big play that time by the Jets. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But when the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is
in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, you know, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
Unbelievable. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. They'll look to throw. Caught left side, Williams. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop to throw. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for the Jets ready to take over. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now this throw caught left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a big play that time by the Jets.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now back to throw. They'll roll him out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. And this His throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Juju Smith-Schuster and the rest of this offense heading back out there. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Does the big boy have the juice? And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Taken at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now here comes Kansas City. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mine's 54.
2nd and 9 now.
Rip left.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is, why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true, because a lot of the time you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely, give these guys something to cheer about. Butker's kick here is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was the Packers who get the win at home. T. Higgins, a touchdown catch in the victory. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. And then one more to highlight, Monday Night Football. As folks, you'll see a good one between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Well, the Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told him, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we have to dial things back a little bit.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got it to Williams. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 31. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities. And this is a good one right in front of them.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Like 22, he's coming, 22's coming.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This will be caught just inside the 10. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. 2nd and 2. This is caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Jets defense, we watch them get set to go now. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6, because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone, but their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Mike 34, Mike 34.
Now Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the first down. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, New York.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got this down to the 35. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression back.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jets on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets are going to be moving to 10-0 as they add on to this big lead. Not the first time on this drive. Into his own hands. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Defensively, you said coming in here in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought there. Less than that.
Check in. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
On first down, Mahomes. The tight end, Kelsey, has it over the middle. 7 yards. The quick.
46. Check Mike 46. I got it. 46 to Mike. 46.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Mike 34. Mike 34. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On third and long, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. They've got a chance now to put this game away. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Don't say nothing. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Here's the Jets punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. It's a victory here for the New York Jets, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break.